Hey everybody, Dean DaCosta, Search Theory, and we are on the last part of this intelligence thing, and this is the OI, which is OSINT investigation. This is when you have an email, a phone, and social, and you just need more info about it. And so after this one, we will put it all together so you guys understand it, and also how it integrates with another series I've been doing called the OSINT Search Grid. So here we go. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Old methodology, research one time. New methodology, several places for research. Can be combined, cannot. Um, so let's go to OI. What we're going to do here is I have got opened up in my Google the Writebox, which is an online text editor. I am going to go to a tool called AI Prompt Genius where I already have prompts created. I'm going to open them in full screen just so I have it. And we are going to go ahead and try and find one where we can go ahead and find a specific email, phone number, whatever, which is right here, by the way. So we're going to copy it, punch it over here. I'm going to come all the way up here, and all I'm going to do is add my own email because I do not want to pick on anybody else. I love picking on myself anyway, because this way, if there's anything embarrassing, I'm only embarrassing myself. No big deal. Can't laugh at yourself, you got a problem. So we have this. Everything's good. What we're going to do is copy the entire thing, and we are going to open up my favorite of the AIs. I hate using that term, but we'll call them AIs. Perplexity. Now, I can run this as a deep research or cursory research. I can also add where I'm searching, not just the web, but also academic, social, and finance. We're going to do all of them, but we're going to do the quicker one. The deep research takes time, so we're going to do the quick one. And you can actually, the good part about this is you get to see what it's doing. And it's doing its thing. It's searching for identification details for this, searching this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and a partridge in a pear tree. And we're getting through all that. So we're going to wait till it comes to the end. You get to see everything it's doing, which I think is awesome. Because this way I gives me ideas of things that maybe I've never thought of before. But so far it's pretty standard, which is what I would expect. I put the prompt. I'm the one that created the prompt, so obviously I kind of get the general idea what it's going to do. Okay, now it's tackling the next query. And again, keep in mind the deep research, which would have been if I did that, takes a lot longer and goes much more in depth than this. So we're going to see what it gets. Okay, identification details, star 4343. It is a Microsoft domain. It's been around 96, and that is all correct. This is all good. Location, Redmond, that's where the domain is. More of the domain. No direct breaches, so that means there's no breach, which is good to know. Um, Phishing risk, hotmails are frequently targets for it, but I haven't been. Risk 71, all this good, neat stuff. So we got a lot of details about star 4343, which is awesome, which is all I really kind of wanted to get. So that's what it does. It lets you know more information about that email, specifically in this case, how legit it is and whether or not you can believe it is and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'm really kind of happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here. And we're going to see, I determine the report and report the current owner for a user associated with the email. Now, that it did not do. It said Microsoft owner. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to modify this a little bit. And we're going to go the specifically the name of the user. We're going to see what happens. Now, what I'm going to do this time, and I already know if I were to run this particular one in the deep research one, it would have found exactly what we wanted because I've done it before. So we are going to do that this time. What I like to do is I like to close out Perplexity or any of the AIs and reopen because sometimes they can be stuck. We're going to do deep research. We are again going to come over here and make sure we hit all these buttons because we want to make sure we're doing in deep. And then we're going to go ahead and run it. Now, this is going to take significantly longer because it's going to do a much more comprehensive thing. And we're going to see what it does. But while it's doing this, I'm also going to show you a couple of things. I have access to a tool called Galaxy AI, which has several LLMs, large language model. That's what a AI slash ChatGPT is. I'm going to run the same exact program on ChatGPT 4o Mini, which is just a really quick version of it. Now you see it's got all that. I'm unable to conduct real-time investigation. And then there lies the difference between Perplexity and this one can't do it because of a whole bunch of stupid stuff, and it gets me basically not a whole lot of information. And I wanted to show you that so you understand. All these models are available here. They are not exactly the same. Like you see Perplexity, but you won't get the same Perplexity. You'll get a slightly watered down version. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to run it again, but this time I'm using a tool called DeepSeek, and I suspect I'm going to get the same information because I don't believe it allows to do that. But let's see, maybe I'm wrong. Not publicly available. That's not true. If it wanted to find me, it could find me. So that's an example. Let's see what this one is done. Is it still going? It's still going. Now, this email is actually associated to my LinkedIn profile and several others. We're going to see what this specific one does for me. And if it doesn't do what I want, there's other ones that can do the same thing, running a similar thing. As an example, why it's running. I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be a longer video. I'm going to go ahead and open up another text editor. This one's called EditPad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my prompt. Now, I created one that is an investigation into a person. See this one right here? What we're going to do is come over here, and we're going to pop that one in. Very big, very long, very convoluted. What we're going to do is take out every single solitary piece of information here, because this is what the information I'm providing about the person, and we're going to put in the same email. Now, this one is going to be very interesting. So, whoops, let's get back up here. Forgot the A. Doesn't make sense. We're going to run it this way. Copy. And now what we're going to do is, the good part about Perplexity, it's still running. Oh, it didn't. It's done running. Identified, deemed a hey, it found me. See, that's it. It found me. It found a whole bunch of information about me, where I work. I mean, there you go. That's the difference between the more in-depth version of Perplexity and then the cursory one. The cursory didn't do that. It did all the other stuff, just make sure it's a real email, blah, 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 but it didn't find who it belonged to, whereas this one did the other one, but then also found me. Now, we're going to do one more thing, but we're not going to do it with, we're going to do the quick version of that one I just ran, which was basically the people investigation one, but instead of providing a name and all that, we're just going to provide an email. Let's see what it does now. Quick version, but different prompt. Different prompts can find different things. This is probably the longest video I think I've ever gotten. It's already 7 minutes. Okay, as you can see, it's going through all that. Okay, so while it's doing that, let's kind of look at this. So you see the difference between these prompts is pretty simple. The biggest difference being we are doing a complete thing and I'm asking for personal information. This prompt, I'm not really. The only place I ask for anything personal is right here, and I misspelled that, but that's okay. And I wouldn't need that anyway. It says report the current owner or user associated, so it would have found it with or without. But you see, this is more generic. This is more about saying, is it a legit email? Is it a legit phone number? Is it a legit social? Are they a real person? Not in depth about the ownership. This one is all about everything. Find me all the information about the person that owns this. That's what this was about. Now, we saw that it's still going, by the way. This is just historically, this is, I think it's still going anyway. Yeah, okay, that's the other one. That's when I used DeepSense, and DeepSense couldn't do it because it just didn't. So we're going to get out of there. We're on, and we're noticing this is still going. Now, this is the quick version, but because of the nature of the prompt I used, which was really in-depth personal, it takes a little longer. So just to go over it, this is a prompt, this one here, that's designed to find people and information about people. I can provide whatever information I can provide. In this case, all I did was an email address. See, I could have provided all bunch of information. All I do is email. This one is designed specifically to find information about the email itself. And I guess maybe I need to qualify this a little. This is providing email information about the email, the domain, the owner, stuff like that. Not about the person who owns the email, about the email itself. Just, it's your way of knowing, is it a real email or are you getting scammed, basically? Just put it in perspective. This one is finding information about the person who owns it. Maybe that's the best way to do it. So either way, it's still the same type of intelligence. It's the same type of investigation, just done from two different perspectives. One from the perspective of the email and the domain, and the other from the perspective of the email and the owner. So That's it. We already know that it can find me because we already know it can find me because in the one up here, it found everything there was. It found me and found who my education. It found everything about me just based on my email. So, that's a good way to decide these. Now, this one here is taking a while, so we're not going to waste too much more time because we're over 10 minutes. But you get the general idea. Um, this one is about finding the information on the person behind the email. This one is about the company behind the email, if that all makes sense. So there we go. So that's it, and that's the end of the series of intelligence gathering. In this case, this was the OSINT investigation. The next video will put it all together so you guys understand it. And that's it. My name is Dean DaCosta of the Search Authority. May the source be with you.